hundreds have been flocking to Eskom centres to try and beat Sunday's deadline to update their prepaid electricity meters. The minister responsible for this portfolio, Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, earlier confirming that the deadline will not be extended. Eskom spokesperson is Daphne Mokwena, and she joins us now for an update. Daphne, good afternoon to you, or should I say, yeah, it is afternoon. Let's deal with whether or not there has been adequate communication, information sharing with the public, given the kind of queues you are seeing at various centres. Do you think Eskom has done enough to communicate here about how people ought to check whether or not their meters are upgraded or not?
Yeah, good afternoon, Koli, and good afternoon to your viewers. So, Koli, let's start by when did we start with this process? So we started with this process 2023, which is last year, July. As you would know that we had started with the pilot first, just to see, where our teething issues could be so that we can smooth that out. And we started communicating with our customers since August 2023. And hence, by May, June, we had about 4 million customers that had already updated their meters. But clearly, well, maybe just going back to, how were we communicating with our customers. So we've got SMSs where we communicate with our customers. We've got our social media platforms. We've got, community meetings that we normally have through the ward councillors as well. So we've got newsletters that we have been sending out in different languages. We've got local radios that we have been also communicating through with different languages so that all our customers should be actually covered. So whether we have done enough in terms of communication, we know that you can never say that you've done enough, but I think we've done as much as we could since looking at that we have been communicating since August last year.
Yeah.
So, and having seen that by May, June, we had already 4 million customers out of 6.9 million customers that have already come through and have updated their meters. And we shouldn't forget the process, which I will touch a bit later as we continue the interview. Yes.
We'll get to that process in a moment. I would like to ask this specific question to you, and I'm going to call it a universal number. There is a number that people can just simply punch in on their meters to check whether their meter is upgraded or not. And if it is not upgraded, you are given a 1 or 1.2. And then if it is upgraded, it's a 2 or 2.2. And I'm saying this because I only just discovered this number. How much have you done to make sure that this number is communicated universally?
Yeah, so this number, you can find it on our website on contact information, or if you go to our website, you go to KRN Project, you will find this number. On our social media platforms, we have been posting this number to say, please check using this number. So this number, clearly it is on our different social media platforms. As I said, newsletters, we have issued newsletters for the customers to have this number and be able to punch this number on their meters.
So assuming therefore that people have this number, the ones that are flocking to Eskom stations, are you saying that these are people who, as some of our reporters have been talking to some people, they have said, I have never bought electricity and therefore I don't know what to do? Are you saying that we should perhaps believe then that the people that are coming to your offices are those ones that are saying, I've never interacted with your electricity meter, which then would raise the question, how have you been getting electricity all this time?
So, Toli, this is as simple as that this process, and hence that's why I said earlier that we'll come to the process. So the process is as simple as when you purchase your meter, or maybe let me go a step back. So as Eskom, what we did was to prepare all the 6.9 million meters by generating these credit tokens. Not credit tokens, but these what we call key change tokens.
Yeah.
For customers, which is a 20-digit code, 2 sets of it, that customers will immediately when or automatically when they buy electricity, they will get these numbers. So we had prepared all these meters except we had about a 300 to 400,000 that we had issues, and I'll talk about those ones, but those ones are buying, and I'll explain the issues that we had experienced with those customers. But then all the 6.6 meters, million meters, we have been saying that these meters are ready, are pre-coded. That's the term that we use, meaning that they are prepared for customers. If you go buy, you will get your 22 sets of these 20-digit code.
Yeah.
So this is an automatic process when you buy. And one of the key things that I think you need to note is that when you buy from an authorized vendor, so when you buy from a ghost vendor, surely you would not get this additional 20-digit numbers.
Yeah.
So when you buy from Eskom, and you are a customer that is buying, you would have received this number from last year already. And if probably you have received it and you never loaded it on your meter, you would, next time when you buy or when you complain, then we would also give it issue to you because it is pre-generated. It is with us. We can give it to you anytime. So hence it was an easy process, a simple process that just requires a customer that you follow the same process as you code your meter. I mean, as you when you load or recharge your meter after you've bought electricity, because what you needed to do is that you will just load these two 20-digit numbers that I spoke about. Once you've loaded the first one, you load the second one, and you'll complete the process by loading the one that you have bought, which is the credit token. Once your meter has accepted all those 3 sets, then you know that your meter is updated. And
thank you very much.
So your meter has rolled over to KRN2. So if you are not buying, and if you are buying from a ghost vendor, then you wouldn't have received this number. And this is where now we are saying this is where the issue is. So remember I spoke to you about then we had only prepared or pre-coded about 6.6. So we had about 300,000 meters that we needed also to deal with because these meters were not registered. They were actually blind purchasing or blind vending. That's what we call, because we didn't have the complete information for that particular customer that linked to that meter number. And those ones are those that when I go and buy, I can't buy, or when I manage to buy but I can't load. And those ones we prioritize them, and we are done with that process to fix that process so that those customers, because those customers are customers that were buying, and I'm talking about 300,000 customers, just above 300,000 customers that couldn't buy, but that was an issue that we know. But then we've got this 0.1 million that obviously is an issue that we are faced with now.
All right, Daphne Mokwena, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we are out of time. Thank you very much for that explanation. And the number that we have been talking about, that universal number that you can just punch onto your meter, that has been displayed for you on our screen.